everybody, welcome to Mondays with Morgan. I have Michael Farren here with me, songwriter and worship leader extraordinaire, or you could say songwriter extraordinaire.
They did pay you well for this, didn't they?
I know, they just slipped a little on.
How you doing today, Morgan? On another Morgan Monday.
Another Morgan Monday. It's Monday.
Oh.
And I'm here, so.
That's good. That's a plus.
Hallelujah. You're a worship pastor at your church.
Yep.
So, what does worship pastor mean to you? Some people use worship leader, but you kind of like to use worship pastor.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean to you?
Well, there are a lot of different signs that hang on a lot of different doors for a lot of different people involved in music in a church. I prefer worship pastor because I think in general it kind of gives a little more depth to what our role really should be. Might make some people mad, and some would even argue with this. I'm going to set your Mondays with Morgan video up for you getting some comments back, I'm sure. But I would say, if all I'm doing is standing on a stage Sunday after Sunday and facilitating a handful of songs, that doesn't go very deep.
Right.
If I don't know the people that I'm really walking with and leading and doing life with, it's really not going to, in my opinion, affect much. And not just an opinion. I've just watched it play out over 2 decades of being around church and worship. And the guys that I have seen bring the most effect and the most impact are the guys who are involved way beyond songs. Songs are down the list. And they can be brilliant at songs, but at the top of their list is actually leading people well, loving people well. They actually are in this thing on a bigger vision than just what am I doing for the next month of songs and set list. Again, I can get ranty about this one as well, but a couple of years back, I really felt like I heard the Lord kind of drop this in my heart, and it was like, do you have blood on your knuckles and mud on your boots as a worship pastor? And I'm like, well, what does that even mean? And it means that we need more and more worship pastors who have blood on their knuckles, mud on their boots, in that we are standing shoulder to shoulder, fighting for our people. We are in it in a shepherd role, and we have mud on our boots because we're actually leading them somewhere, even beyond music. We use songs to do that. But our friend Dustin says it all the time. You know, songs are just weapons in our hands and tools in our toolbox. So it's got to be more than that for me. Yeah. I know me. I'd be burnt out by now if all I was supposed to do was facilitate a set list.
And it's kind of like, I guess that draws that fine line of being on stage and performing, because I know some people can be like that. They take a worship leader role and just perform. They don't dig deep into it.
Part of the unforeseen blessing of me being the worst performer in the world is that I can't lean on that at all when I step on the stage. And it's funny, and I know not everybody's like this, but you asked me to sing. If you asked me to sing at your wedding, I will be a nervous wreck. I will just be out of my mind. All right. You asked me to lead worship in front of 100,000 people, never even crosses my mind. I mean, it's just like, because it's a different place in heart and a different place in mind. I don't entertain. I'm not good enough to entertain. I mean, I think this is funny, and I think we're entertaining. Yeah. However, on a stage with a guitar, I've proven over and over I'm not a good entertainer. I get really nervous if it's just me having to make people laugh or be whatever. But worship is a different thing. It comes from a different place, and I don't know. It just it's a high calling, and it's beyond songs.
Yeah. So. Thanks for watching this episode. Be sure to leave a comment if you have something to say about this. If you have
Morgan at
Michael's phone number is but be sure to subscribe too, and we'll see you next Monday.